So with the new Alien movie on the horizon, I decided to go back and rank all the Alien films since I already covered the Predator franchise in the past. Regarding the trailer for Alien Romulus, to be honest, I think it will not differ from what we've seen before. So even with new twists, I expect it to be more of the same, which generally can be a bad aspect, however, it's not necessarily the case here. I am on board with following the same formula and recalling iconic moments from the previous entries, if done with care. Ultimately, it will either be super good or a complete flop, with no middle terms in my opinion. So without further ado, let's go ahead with the ranking, starting off with Alien Resurrection in 6th place. I have changed my opinion on this movie many times over the years. The issues I have with it, well, the main ones are weird interactions between Ripley and the aliens, missed opportunities to flesh out more complex plot points, showing too much of the aliens, and too many sexualized traits. Really, Ripley's clone woke up after years of wet dreams. The story here could be interesting with more care, especially regarding Ripley being a clone, with a cellular system from her original body retrieved 200 years after Aliens 3, where she really dies. A realization that she was made in laboratory is such a great scene, although I agree it sure was a waste of ammo. There are also some hints regarding lore that I loved to search about, for example, the Lacerta plague that isn't explored in any instance after it's mentioned. And that's where I think this is a missed opportunity. It's definitely a fun movie to watch, but Jesus, what a mess at times. Coming out in number 5, Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant left me wanting more. The core film in itself brings a lot of themes that have left me in an existential crisis, and eager to understand more. However, due to the title card, it forgot that it is actually an alien movie. It's more like a story with xenomorphs in the mix that lean into following the steps of Prometheus, and I guess I was expecting more of the same that the first 3 movies provided. In number 4 we have Alien 3. William Gibson's screenplay had so much more potential and will definitely satisfy the fans of this franchise. I recommend searching for it. There are also very good storyboards made by fans that are worth analyzing. I might one day do a separate video on this. To the actual movie, one that suffered a lot of changes in its conception, and what we got in the end, I actually defend it. Don't get me wrong, it's far from a perfect movie, but the aesthetics and the setting are super unsettling for me, with a style tonally different from the rest, filthy and disgusting, creating this claustrophobic feeling out of pure despise. Now, for the 3rd place, the second movie, Aliens. This second entry is considered one of the best sequels by many. I do take part in thinking that as well. The feeling of Ripley going back after the events of the first one, the relationship with the girl she has to protect after knowing what happened with her daughter while she was away, this movie is just more of the first movie but with more action. This is a spectacular entry. For the 2nd place, Prometheus. Prometheus might also not be an actual alien movie, however, being in the same universe managed to make me feel what the first 3 films achieved. The sense of isolation and loneliness in uncharted territory, away from home, this time not knowing what awaits in what our characters think will be a new oasis. One theory that always comes to my mind about why the engineer attacked David and the rest of the crew might be the most inaccurate thing ever, but here I'll spit it out. Engineers are creators, and it's common knowledge that they have created humans. You see one at the beginning drinking something that makes him dissipate in apparent severe pain, and I assume the theme of the movie is around this, a being sacrificing himself to create more life. So with that being said, here this one that awakes doesn't see sacrifice in creating David, and it makes him go mad with this fact. Another one that I thought at first was the fact that the engineer didn't want humans to know more than they should, and when he sees David talking in their language, his pride turns into rage. There you have it. This movie is wonderful for its meanings, and everyone can have their own interpretation for sure. For the 1st place, of course, the first film, Alien. The intro for this movie is probably one of my favorite beginnings in film. The magnificent shot with the title card for the movie, the ship moving, the corridors, the computer screen turning on, the drinking bird toy, and our characters waking up. It really sets the mood perfectly. Going back to the drinking bird toy, this little thing represents something quite scary when you think about it, and there are some theories online and symbolism attached to it. Most lean to the fact that it foreshadows how dangerous something mechanical and artificial is, whereas our characters are sleeping, but the artificial intelligence and mechanical devices have power to never stop their tasks, ultimately risking being a threat to them. Ash is a good example of this, as David in future films. Nevertheless, a very well crafted story focusing on an ominous atmosphere and tension that builds itself towards a sense of urgency as the intruder stalks these characters. Let me know your thoughts on this ranking. Looking forward to the new Alien movie? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you found my channel and you like what I do here, consider subscribing and we'll see each other in the next video. See ya.